Well, welcome back, everybody, to another episode. We hadn't recorded in about a month or so.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Country Black,
Alabama White in the house, baby.
and we're gonna live. We're gonna roll. Get this party started today.
Party started today.
We had a little shorty just a few minutes ago. We was talking about
Called Taint.
Y'all have to check it out. Got my side hurting.
It's a little bit of a dirt. It's like Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, and all the Cedric the Entertainer, and
Red Fox.
Red Fox, all of them, all wrapped up in one little hit.
Got this little dirty episode going. Called Taint.
You have to check it out. Don't miss it. It was a funny little skit. How long? Oh, about 2 minutes.
2 minutes, 37 seconds.
Yeah, that was quick. I like that. That was good.
Yep.
But I enjoyed that. We're gonna talk about what happened to your boy
Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk.
Tell you, don't know where this world. Well, actually, he's had a worldwide reception. Korea, United Kingdom, everybody. I mean, Cubs games, Braves games, all these. Well, the guy was assassinated. He was murdered, and it was a political assassination because he was very popular with the youth. So the Democratic Party just did not like that, and so they took his ass out.
Yes, they did.
So, I mean, eventually, maybe, hopefully, it'll come down to who, what, when, where did it, or they got the guy, or supposedly, and there's questions behind a lot of other things. But
yes, it is.
But obviously, he had a transgender roommate, possibly dating this person.
Yeah, we call him Shims.
A shim, and the shim, and the guy was getting radicalized. So, but regardless, I'll say this. I mean, there's a lot of people I don't like, but I don't wish assassination.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah.
Like AOC, I think she's pretty and she's hot and stuff, and I think she's a dumbass. I'm sure she does a lot of things good. She's a human. She's got to, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I disagree with her. Hanging out right here, she might be the best person ever. But when it gets political, I disagree with it. But I don't wish death on the girl. And if something did happen to her, I wouldn't go celebrate and hoot and holler and
a lot of people.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's
just
even that guy there, Charles Kirk. I did a little research on him. I listened to him a couple of times. It is what it is. He said a few things I didn't like, but I still wouldn't want him dead though.
Yeah, especially with the 30-06 to the
30-06 to the neck, son. It blew his whole. He wasn't gonna make it. Like I said,
it's like shooting a deer.
Yeah,
I mean that's just.
Like I said, yeah, because I shot that deer. I shot that deer with my .308, and I thought I'd miss. Mm-hmm. It blew right through her, and I said, "Oh my God, I missed!" Because I seen dirt kick up on the other side, and I said, "Oh, I missed." And next thing you know, I started looking at her. She did the 2-step stumble. I was like, "Oh, I got her." Well, I was just letting you know how powerful these rounds are. Yeah. So when I gutted her and cleaned her out, her heart and her liver and half her lung was gel.
Oh yeah.
It turned into gel, and there's so much velocity and speed.
And depending on the type of round that he used, I mean, there's a good chance the back of his neck.
Yeah, I mean, he blew. You can't take a shot in the neck. I don't give a shit what caliber it is. It can be a 22.
Especially the 30-06.
Yeah, especially with a 308. 30-06. That's a nasty round.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a killing round.
Yeah, it's a killing round.
Like I said, it'll take down an elephant.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah. We call round. Yeah, talking about a round displacement. You put it in the right spot. Yeah. Drop his ass. Drop his ass like a sumbitch, like an elephant. Shoot it right.
Elk.
Yeah.
Rhino. I mean, just whatever, dude. Yeah, that's not a. So anyway, you hate that for the guy. I hate it for his family. I hate it for America. I hate it for the world because you shouldn't be into political assassination. I know things have happened over. I mean, that stuff can start wars.
Yeah.
Look at World War I. Look at what had happened in the '60s with Malcolm X, which he wasn't necessarily political. He was just. But Martin Luther King and Bobby Kennedy, and it's just about. And the thing about Charlie Kirk, like I know you mentioned something today. And I've been listening to Kirk now for years, and I've watched his program. His whole thing was, let's just debate. Let's have a conversation, and let's talk stuff out. He wasn't a a radical, and he wasn't a racist, and he was a heavy duty Christian who was a conservative. He said, I think this is the way we need to go. Smaller government, less taxes. Let's get the government out of our lives. And he was a big believer in God, and he wasn't for violence or whatever. He never said to hell with this person. A lot of black people were upset because he's made some comments about Michelle Obama, and
he made a lot of comments about a lot of things. But
I agree with what he was. A lot of stuff. If you listen to the whole interview and stuff, not just in a sentence or so.
I still, like I said, I did some research on him today, and I watched some of the videos all the way out through it. But like I said, to each his own. He's not with us no more. So, but still,
I'm sure
but still,
I'm sure
it doesn't matter. If I get into it with people, I've been into it with a lot of people, and got into it. I was like, something. But at the same time, the more I think about it, I still don't want them dead.
Yeah,
I want to see him popped up, but don't want him dead.
Right, and even like him, he was like, "That's not Fido. Let's talk about it." There's. I mean, I've watched so many of YouTube shorts of him, and I've watched this stuff. He goes on campus and he debates all these people. He's like, let's just talk about it. I might learn something, you might learn something, and that's what you need to do. That's one reason we have this channel. Let's just talk about something. The differences between black and white. We're both conservative. There's no doubt that we're not black and white. But we're both conservative. You and I are pretty straightforward on a lot of issues. There's some things we disagree on. Hey,
that's part of life.
That's part of life. Let's talk about it. Like you like Toyota. I'm not a big Toyota fan. Fine company, fine. If you want to, Toyota's a good vehicle. No one's going to, but it's not necessarily my thing. You're a big Toyota guy, and that's fine. All right, so we could talk about the differences. Like, don't buy a Ford, John. They're pieces of shit, and the new ones are.
They're garbage.
And the new Toyotas, all that turbocharged.
Yeah, and you're right. In our fleet, yeah.
Nissan's got the only V6 out there standing. So, but the whole thing is let's have a conversation because, guys, we have it great in this country, and there's no sense in throwing it all down the toilet because you don't have the intellectual capability of disagreeing with somebody. Because that's all it was. They killed him because, one, he was popular with the young people, and two, he thought differently than the Democratic Party. That's it. That's it.
To each his own. Yeah. Like I said, I've been to third world countries, and by far, the United States, I don't like a lot of things our government doing either. But it is what it is. But I've been to third world country. Yeah, I've really ready to come back to the United States.
Yeah.
Because, it's crazy. My phone going off.
30-6, take that elk down.
Yes, it would. 30-6. That's nice round.
There's so many. This dude was like 22. These young people, look, if you're 22 years old, the best place you've ever set foot on in this world, arguably, is the United States of America. So, if you want to go to Nicaragua or Honduras or Bolivia or Niger or Chad or, the rough parts of Saudi Arabia or something like that, or some of these poor Middle Eastern places, knock yourself out. Get a flight. We fly there. If you think that this country is so horrible
and terrible,
then go there with your hand. Go there and just put $100 in your pocket. Convert it to the local currency when you get there, and when you run out, watch what happens. It ain't going to be as easy as over here. It's just not.